morning, and it's my favorite time of the day. It's story time on Cheryl the Pearl's World 1247. The story I tell today is about friendship, friends, and friendship. This story goes back down memory lane. You know, I'm going to keep it real with you on here. This story is about when I was 23. I had one son and just had a set of twins. I had met the neighbor who's that stayed next to me, and we became friends. We hung out. We did everything. I'm going to say her name is Sheila. We did everything together. We partied. We shopped. We gossiped. We did everything together. She was a little older than me, but you couldn't tell. She looked like she might have been like 25 or 26. She looked real good for her age. We would go downtown to the club. We would go to the mall. We would go out to eat. She would watch my kids, and I would watch her kids sometimes. I also would let her child's father, who was incarcerated, make collect calls to my house. And she always paid. When their lights got cut off, I ran the cord from their house to my house. That was just me. My godmama would come over and fuss. She used to say, "You just too nice." I used to say, "That's what God wants me to do. Help people." So I thought I was helping them from running the cord from their house to my house so they could have lights. But my baby daddy stayed there also with me and my brother. My baby daddy, he was kind of like a rolling stone, you would say. He was the love of my life back then. Nobody could tell me no wrong about him. He hung with his cousin. I thought it was his cousin, the one that was so promiscuous, I'm sorry, and stayed hanging in the streets and messed with all the ladies. But really, my baby daddy was a ladies' man. And I came to find out a little bit later. My friend Sheila, neighbor, that's not her real name. Her name's not Sheila. She couldn't stand him, and he couldn't stand her. She used to always say, "What are you gonna have to do to leave him alone? You're gonna have to catch him messing around, fooling around with somebody. What does it take for you to leave him alone? Cause he just no good." I used to say, "Well, I love him. That is my child's father. That's the twins' father." So during that time, we were hanging out. Something tragic happened. One of my twins passed away. I was very hurt. I was devastated. I think I almost lost my mind during that time. That was one of the hardest times of my life. I think it was the hardest. My mother passing was the hardest, but when my daughter passed, that almost took me out. So I was going through, I lost a lot of weight. Unlike now, I eat all the time when I would get stressed out. Back then, I didn't eat when I was stressed. So I came really little. You would thought I was on drugs, but it was just the depression took me uh, to another place that I didn't want to go after my daughter died. So me and Sheila, we still would see each other. We'd talk. I might go with her somewhere sometime. She always dressed nice, kept her hair fixed. I did too, but I just wasn't the same person after my daughter passed. So during that time, my other daughter that was still living, one of the twins, she got very sick and she had to go stay in the hospital. So I said, you know what? I'm just going to pack my stuff and stay in the hospital with her. I don't care what's going on in my home. My brother's there. He had to work, so I took my son over one of my good friends, and she said she would keep him till my other twin got out the hospital. So she would call to the hospital and check on me and tell me what my boyfriend was doing, my baby's father. I said, "You say I don't want to hear that. My main concern right now is my child. I already lost one twin, and I just want to be here and support my child and make sure my child's gonna be all right." So family, I got my daughter got out the hospital. Right after that, I got a new apartment. It was in the same complex, but it was two buildings down. I moved from a 2 bedroom to a 3 bedroom. So I wasn't her neighbor before. But we were still cool. We were hanging out. She had come by. Like I said, I had changed. My child had passed. So I had changed a whole lot. I didn't want to hang out as much anymore. I barely even ate. So um She would come over, she would talk, tell me the latest gossip going on in the complex. And I would just listen, but my mind was elsewhere because I was still grieving my child. So lo and behold, people start saying, I see Sheila talking to your baby daddy a lot. I said, oh, really? I said, I don't think they get along. They probably just saying something about me, or she probably just asked about the baby or asking about me. So then her sister came down to my house one night. She said, I need to talk to you. I said, what's going on? She said, every time I get home from work, your child's father is sitting on the couch with my sister. Now I had moved, so I wouldn't know this. I had moved from the 2-bedroom across from them down to the 3-bedroom. I said, really? I said, what? I wonder why he be up there, because she got off at 3 in the morning. I said, oh, he do? And then he used to be out, call himself selling weed, so he used to hang out late anyway. I said, okay. I said, I'm not going to say anything about it. I just let the whole situation play out. So this was near Christmas time. So one day she came down to my house. We used to wear those long leather black coats. She had on a red cat suit. It fit real well. She had a nice shape and everything. And she came over. Me and him was sitting in the living room. He said, I'm not going nowhere today. I'm just going to stay in the house with y'all. I said, okay, that's good. I was kind of happy. So she comes over. She comes in the door. She took off her leather coat. He seen that red cat suit. He looked. He went back in the room. So she didn't stay about for 5 or 10 minutes. Then she left. So right after that, my baby's father, he came out. He said, I'm about to go. I'll be back. A light bulb came on in my head. Some said they're messing around. I didn't want to believe it, but I said she just came down here to tease him with that cat suit on. So he left. He didn't come back the next day. It seemed like I already knew, but I was already going through depression about my daughter, so I couldn't take too much on. So I said, Lord, if it's true, you show me. So I went to her because I got a phone bill. I said, I got a phone bill and I got some calls on here. You got calls, about $90 worth of calls from your child's father who's incarcerated. When you going to pay me? Now, she always paid me. She never had no problem with paying me. Girl, I'm going to pay you, girl. You know I'm going to pay you. You ain't got to worry about that. Give me a couple of days. I said, okay, I'm going to need my money because I don't want my phone cut off. So, okay. A couple of days passed by. She still didn't say nothing about my money. So I went down there to ask her, where's my money? She said, girl, you know I'm gonna give you the money. And by then I started hearing more rumors about she was messing with my child's father. I said, girl, you know they saying that you and my child's father is messing around. Girl, you know these people out here jealous. They jealous of me and your relationship. I said, really? I said, okay. I said, so when you gonna have my money? Girl, go on, you know I'm gonna give you your money. I always pay you. I said, okay. I'm gonna need it by such and such a date because I don't want my phone get cut off. So, but I already had talked to my brother. He said, she don't pay. Don't worry about it. I'm gonna pay the phone bill for you, but don't do that no more. So it was it was New Year's Eve that day. I said, I gotta get out this house. I said, I'm gonna take me and my other twin and my son. We're gonna go downtown. We're gonna catch the bus and go downtown. So I'm standing at the bus stop. I was really sad that day. I was really sad, but I said I got to get out the house because being in the house all the time is really making me more depressed. So I was standing at the bus stop. Here comes Sheila walking by. She said, where you going? What's wrong with you? I said, nothing. I said, I'm just tired of people telling me that you're messing with my child's father. She said, girl, you know they lying. I would never do that. I love you and your kids. I wouldn't do that. Me and you like sisters. But I forgot. Somebody had told me that she had slept with her own sister's man before. So I'm just looking at her. I said, okay, but when do you plan to pay my money? Girl, I'm going to give you your money. She said, I got to go on to the store. So she walks around the corner. I'm waiting on the bus. About 5 minutes later, her children's father, he had got out of jail. So he stops at the bus stop. He said, how you doing? He said, I appreciate you letting me call your house collect. I said, I'm all right. I said, Sheila still ain't paying me for my calls. He said, she hasn't. And I said, guess what? He said, what? I said, her and my child father been messing around. He said, what? He said, as good as you been to her? I said, yes. I said, I know it's true. I haven't seen it, but I know it's true. I said, both of them lying, because I said I confronted my child father. He said he wasn't, and she said she wasn't either, messing with him. So by that time, here she comes. Here comes Sheila, walking right back, walking by. I'm me and her child's father standing at the bus stop. He said, hey, Sheila, come here. He said, I know what she telling me is not true. She said, what? He said, you messing with, she heard you messing with her child's father. She said, I sure am. Yes, I am. I'm messing with her child's father. He said, B? I ain't going to say the word. He said, B? He said, as good as she been to you, next thing I know, I don't condone violence. He just started hitting her. She had on some high heel shoes. She broke her shoe. Her breast was hanging out her shirt. The long black leather coat, it was messed up. She got her broke shoe. She hobbled all the way back home. He got in the car. He said, that's messed up. He said, I ain't want to do that. He said, that just hurt my feeling. I said, don't worry about it. I'm going to be all right. Even though he did that to her, it still broke my heart that she would do that to me. And I call her my friend. I called myself looking out for her. And I just thought we were good friends. But I found out friends come far in between. If you have a real good friend, keep that friend. Because she really wasn't my friend. She was out for herself. She had a bad name. I didn't know that because I wasn't from Atlanta. I had been living here for a couple years. She already had a bad name. And she thought she was all that because she was a pretty girl. She had a nice shape. But she didn't have nothing else going on for her. She thought her shape and her looks were going to get her far. But it didn't get her far because she's still doing the same thing right now. I know some people that know her. She's still doing the same thing. I forgive her. But I know I couldn't be friends with her. If I see her, I speak to her. But I know I could never be have that friendship with her like that because she hurt me. You did that. My child had just passed. I was already going through. You know I love my child's father, but you didn't care. It was all about you. And it was all about him. About a year or two later, me and him, after all, I caught him in so much stuff. One day I just woke up out the blue. I said, I'm done with this. I can't take it no more. I was going to cosmetology school. I said, if I keep messing with him, I'm not going to finish cosmetology school. So what I did, I broke up with him, and that was the end of that. Now, I'm going to go to a story about good friends. I have so many good friends, but I want to highlight this friend today. Her name is Regina. She has a channel, Regina Soul Section 8 Hood. She is a good friend. She the one that told me, girl, you need to go on YouTube and start your channel. You can help so many people. You have a good heart. You have a word for people. And I just thank her because she always, if I don't post, she'll say, why aren't you posting? If she don't hear me for a couple of days, she used to say, I went on your YouTube. I see you didn't post anything. You got to start posting. She said, somebody needs you. She always says, somebody needs your word today. Get on there and post. So I thank you. I thank God for my friend. And she's also a child writer. She wrote this book right here. It's called Love My Hair. Look her up. She has some great books. She sells all her books on Amazon. Her name is Regina Hood Ramey on Amazon. She's a good author. If you want your child to read a good book, buy my good friend's book, Regina Hood. Now she's a real good friend. I'm sorry. She's a great friend. She has these books on Amazon. Support my friend because she's what you call a good friend. And support her channel, Regina Soul Section 8 Hood. Well, that was my story today. I know it was long, but I just wanted to touch on the basis when you think you have a friend and you found out you have a foe. Keep your eyes open. If somebody tell you, more than one person tell you something, believe them. Look into it. Everybody ain't jealous of you and your friend. Everybody ain't lying on your friend. The person who says you're your friend. Sometimes your friend, the person you think your friend, could be worse than your enemy. So take what I said and learn about friends. Who's your real friend? Friends, do. How many other have them? Let's be friends. Bye bye. This is Cheryl for Cheryl the Prayers World, 1247. Peace.